Every automation project starts out feeling like a shortcut, but wire up too many tools without a solid structural foundation, and the system eventually collapses under its own escalating complexity. IT teams frequently adopt these platforms to secure quick wins and eliminate manual work. As volume grows, however, what began as a cheap operational hack turns into a significant financial burden and a serious data privacy liability. Picking a tool simply because it boasts the largest integration library feels safe on day one. But when those initial workflows scale up and become critical to your daily operations, you find yourself locked into their vendor infrastructure. Comparing these platforms is a strategic, structural decision. You are choosing exactly how to balance your team's operational velocity against your need for infrastructural control. Before you even open a browser to research software vendors, you need to conduct a rigorous manual process audit. This evaluation matrix knocks internal processes across three criteria: manual task frequency volume, the percentage error rate, and strict data compliance requirements. Doing this mapping delays your initial deployment, but if you skip it, you risk digitizing and accelerating a process that's already broken. Identifying tasks that are both high volume and highly predictable is the only proven way to guarantee a real return on investment before you lock your proprietary data into a specific platform. Managed cloud platforms like Zapier and Make offer strong security out of the box. They handle single sign-on and role-based access control, keeping unauthorized users out of your workflows. The trade-off is that every execution log and data payload must route through their external servers. For healthcare, finance, or highly regulated industries, that external data transit introduces unacceptable compliance risks. On the left, data leaves your network for a third-party cloud. On the right, self-hosted platforms keep data packets entirely inside your sealed corporate firewall, ensuring strict compliance. But that control requires dedicated internal engineering resources to manage server infrastructure, patches, and backups. Absolute data sovereignty guarantees compliance. It achieves this by directly shifting the security burden away from the software vendor and onto your own DevOps team. When teams try to build autonomous AI agents in simpler platforms like Zapier or Make, they usually have to force the integration using raw API calls and custom code blocks. These custom code workarounds are brittle. They are difficult to maintain as AI models update, and they strip away your ability to visually debug where a process actually failed. Platforms like n8n use native LangChain nodes to build dynamic, multi-directional agent loops, connecting directly to external memory and tool calling functions. But this power introduces a steep learning curve. Your team must understand the foundational architecture of AI orchestration, rather than just plugging applications together. True AI automation requires purpose-built agent loops. To build them, your team must evolve from simple task connectors into advanced AI system architects. Traditional platforms like Zapier and Make operate on a per-task or per-operation pricing model. Every distinct step a workflow takes costs you a credit. Running autonomous AI agents on a per-task model causes costs to spike exponentially, as the platform captures every internal loop and tool call as a newly billable event. n8n bypasses this. Their flat-rate execution pricing means a 50-step AI operation is billed as a single execution. Predictable, flat-rate execution pricing prevents high-volume AI loops from creating unexpected budget overruns. If you choose the wrong architecture and need to switch later, expect a harsh reality. Workflows cannot be directly ported or automatically translated between these tools. You have to manually dismantle your existing logic and rebuild the entire infrastructure from the ground up in the new environment. Executing a safe migration requires a strict strategy. Teams must manually export every workflow, categorize them by complexity, and prioritize revenue-critical paths first. Operationally, you will need to run both platforms in parallel for 4 to 8 weeks to ensure a safe transition without losing data. Migration is a massive manual engineering effort. Choosing the correct foundational architecture on day one is the only reliable way to prevent technical debt. We can map your ideal platform on this decision flowchart using 3 criteria: who owns the workflows, the sensitivity of your data, and the complexity of your AI agents. If business users own the workflows and prioritize speed and massive integration depth, Zapier is the default choice. You accept premium pricing and lower architectural control to get immediate deployment. If you are an ops team requiring complex, visual, multi-step logic at a steep discount, Make provides exactly that, provided you have the time to overcome its learning curve. And if you are an engineering-led team building complex LangChain agents and demanding absolute data sovereignty, n8n is your definitive choice. The caveat for n8n users is that you must be prepared to treat your automation as core IT infrastructure, accepting all the DevOps and maintenance responsibilities that accompany it. Getting this architecture right yields tangible results. Your team operates a stable digital environment that expands alongside your organization's growth. Successful automation depends on matching the platform's architecture to your team's specific technical skills, security requirements, and required speed of deployment.